Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast, episode 518. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to 518 of the Gamecast. Whew. It's election
edition.
Election indecision. Remember indecision? Indecision 2000? Yeah. Indecision 2020. Yeah, that just makes me think of the good things. But cheating. Indecision. Sorry. Yeah, guys, we've got some news to talk about today. We're getting close to the next gen launches. Hell, next gen is next week.
That's crazy.
Was it though?
It's next week, guys. It's next week. Does it feel like that's next week?
What is the slogans? I don't even know their slogans. Like play your dreams or something like that.
If the tree falls in the forest, wait.
Please buy our variations of our systems.
What else are you gonna spend your money on this holiday season?
Because you're stuck at home. Play games. That's it.
Make
That's
sure
honestly it. Yeah, because
you bought a TV stand big enough to hold our system.
That's honestly it. Because like
sure
between the money I'm making off of scalping the one PS5, and I had some games to trade in at GameStop, because I feel like they got like 1 or 2 more solid years left. Like I was like, I could probably get a PS5 or an Xbox Series X for like maybe $100 out of pocket or something like that. And I'm like, maybe like just to have something new to play with. Like it's at that point where I'm like, I just need any kind of semblance of like excitement and like just new shiny.
Not any more of that next gen ray tracing.
Exactly. It's like whatever. So I don't know. I was thinking about obviously.
I've got 120 in credit at GameStop, and I also have my Xbox One X I could trade in, or my PS4 Pro, whichever system I wanted to go with. But I'm like,
right.
I just don't see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I'd only do it out of boredom, really. I really only do it out of boredom.
You know what? I will say this. Let me. I said I wouldn't buy a system this year, and that's probably not true, because if I could get credit for these systems, No. If I could get credit for these systems and we lock back down for like the next 2 months, there's a high probability I'll just get it for. Yeah, again, that goes back to the board thing.
I don't think you can find it though at retail.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be tough. I mean, you might get lucky if you like are. I
won't go out of my way to find it there. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's not my unicorn. It's not the NES. It's not the NES console. Like, I'm not going.
There's no way.
If I see one,
like,
if I see one on the shelf, maybe
I'd have
it.
We'll probably have it after Christmas, but I'm just saying. I think right now.
Oh yeah. No, the first month, absolutely not. Like, sold no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever they can make, they're going to sell. We know that already. So I just don't see like what's the draw. Like, I just don't see
Souls,
it. Like,
baby.
My Series X, my Xbox One X is a great little console that can run pretty much. I'll play everything. I'm going to play the Gears Tactics game. I'm getting that. I'm going to get that game. There's no question. But why would I get it on the why would I not just get my One X console?
You could have been playing this on PC.
How many times have we said the Xbox One X is a great design console? It's fantastic. Oh, yeah. Like, it's fantastic. It's really well designed. Small, thin, quiet. It runs everything, and it runs 1080p if we need to. It runs 4K some stuff. I mean, it runs fine. I mean, from what I'm seeing on next gen consoles right now, this whole attraction of ray tracing can't even happen in every game. I'm like, you're in trouble if that's the case already. We're back to being in trouble before the systems launch. If you can't give me next gen features, then why are we getting next gen consols? So it goes back.
You gotta get it started.
It all comes back to what I said at the beginning of this gen, that the whole thing with generations is slowly eroding. Like, we don't have those big jumps. I mean, I was already like the PS3 to PS4. I was like, they could use the power for a more steady frame rate and stuff like that, 60 FPS. And some people did do that. Some developers did do that. But others just like, oh, higher resolution, 4K, HDR. I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like, hope is lost on that, people. But like the PS3 to PS4, like, I feel like it took a solid 3 years before it was like, hey, this is not only a noticeable difference in visuals, but like it's also affecting the gameplay, where it's like, okay, now I can feel like this is genuinely a game that could not have been done on the system before and stuff like that.
Okay.
Whereas I feel like what game right now is truly exclusive to these next gen systems that could not be done? Like, Miles
Ratchet-
Morales, they're obviously doing it on PS4.
Ratchet and Clank
Yep.
is going to only be PS5.
What is that?
Ratchet and Clank. But
Demon Souls is going to be
it's
PS5
also-
only also.
right,
it's not.
but
You can play Demon Souls.
I'm just saying.
No, but I'm saying if they like I'm watching the Demon Souls, because that is my number one game. That if I did get a PlayStation 5, that would be number one, absolutely.
Sure.
But I'm looking at it and like, don't get me wrong, it looks fantastic. But I'm sure if you just turn down those visuals, you could run on the PS4, absolutely.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a good.
Like if they could do it for Miles Morales.
It ran on PS3, right? So, so it was a PS3.
I heard I did hear the PS5 controller is really good. I mean, we all heard that. I've heard good things about that.
Yeah. If anything, I was actually kind of tempted just to get one for like PC, just to fuck around.
Yeah.
I love picking up different PC controllers.
I just would like to know that they've improved the battery life, because playing more Ghost of Tsushima, it's like I have to remember to charge my controller after every play session, because I'm like, you only get like 4 hours, so it's like you have to remember to plug it in. Unlike the Xbox
you don't have
controller.
you got kind of like it's almost like requirement to get a charging station, because as soon as I'm done
I have
playing,
one.
I
have one, but I have to just get into you have to get into that. Pop it on that chart. You have the charging station. I have it over there. Just click it in. You have to remember to just put it over there when you're done.
Wouldn't it
It's
be
just
cool
like-
if they had like gaming mats to charge wireless controllers? Like
Yeah,
you're supposed to be getting. Like,
the technology's not there.
wireless charging.
Wireless charging is not there yet, and that's why we have to develop that. I
don't
agree.
know why it's
fantastic.
not. Like the mouse I have, there's a new version of this
MagSafe,
mouse
man. MagSafe for your
Yeah.
phone. Just get
Where-
that for your
where I can
controllers.
get this-
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go on. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna
You're
say,
saying that.
like, there's
yeah.
a version of this mouse that has some wireless charging, and you can get an official mat so that the mat will charge it. So it's like you never, ever have to connect it with a cable unless you want to for some reason.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, moving this into what we've been up to, I will take this opportunity to give everybody on this that's watching and listening to this podcast an exclusive iPhone 12 Pro review. So this is what I've been up to here. I got this little boy. It's the Pacific Blue, which is a fantastic color, by the way. It's beautiful. If you have even an iPhone 10 at this point, don't buy this phone. So there's not enough an improvement at all with this phone over the iPhone 10. I've already sent mine back. There's no one doing that. It's with mine. It's done. But there really is not. I could have stuck with it for a little longer, the iPhone 10. The speed on this compared to the iPhone 10 there's nothing drastically better. The screen, they're not talking about the screen right now, but the screen actually has a problem. It's more yellow tinted than other OLEDs. And I don't know if they're going to recall them or they're going to replace them, but I'm holding this for now. My screen actually has a yellow tint.
It's not like auto blue light reduction or something.
No, it's a problem with the OLED panels. If I that True Tone feature that they have on the iPhone, I don't know why nobody's really talking about this. They have the True Tone color feature on the iPhones. If I turn that on, it's yellow on this thing. Everything goes yellow. So I have it off right now, and there is no white on my phone. There's no white. So that's it. There's no white.
It's all about the safety, man. Eye safety.
So
I'm really used to. I think maybe I'm really used to because I have the what's it called Flux on all the time. Yeah. Like constantly. So my screens are always yellow. So maybe I'm missing it.
I mean,
I wonder. I'll have to compare.
It's more yellow than I'm used to, and I have that transition on my Mac right now, so it's already yellow right now at night. But it's the screen that my iPhone right now is. I'm holding it up for those wondering, right next to my other screen. It's more yellow than my Mac, and it's not transition. This transitions at 10 o'clock at night. This one, so it's not transitioned yet to night shift mode. So again, battery life has been pretty good. I've used it all day today. I've used it all day, which is good. 43%. That's very good. Giving it credit. That's a lot of good credit right there, considering the battery's not much bigger than the iPhone 10, but the chip's very efficient, except for when you're really using it and it gets super hot. That's right. The phone gets pretty fucking warm, just so you all know. They have a cooling. Yeah, I can slam this fucking phone because I'm a little bit annoyed with what they've built on this thing. I don't think. Listen, it's not terrible. It's an improvement for what I have over the 10, but it does not justify spending $1,000 on this phone compared to what you have. If you have a 10, you probably own it already. Don't upgrade. Hold on to that for another generation. Just wait. That's my recommendation. So that's because I played a little Ghost, not much, and most of my stuff is watched on TV, and that I can contribute by saying
boss is like the guy you talk to, like not the devil himself, but the right-hand man or whatever like that. And to get to him, you have to like spin this roulette or roll this die and stuff like that. And there are times where like I just fucked up like on the first two, like you have to fight mini bosses to get to them. And like I just fucked up either the die roll or I got 2 hits. And I'm like, I'm not going to beat the rest of the gauntlet on just one health.
Exactly.
I just like press start, restart level or something like that. And it's like that.
Yeah.
And if I had to like watch it load, I'd be so fucking pissed. I'd just be like,
it's like the same with like Celeste and stuff too. Like Celeste, you don't want loading in that game. It's like you can't have it. In certain games you can't. And then some games it's fine, but like as far as if you can eliminate and then make it a player choice, I mean that it's even better in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like go to options, be like put in fake loading screens for me, please.
Give me tool tips.
Yeah.
I mean that's what Ghost of Tsushima they actually had to increase the load times because the people couldn't read the tooltips. They went too fast.
All you need is like a button press prompt, really.
But in that situation, that would in that kind of a game where they've already really optimized that load time, think about the giant world they could create. Now, for me, that's the giant nightmare. But for a lot of people, they love that. And it's like you can have a bigger world with these hard drives because you can just instant load behind the scenes. Like you just keep going forever. Like
it'll be interesting to see something like Cyberpunk, how the next gen version will be compared to the current gen.
Yeah, like Breath of the Wild, Tony, for me, like kind of stands out where I'm like, like in a solid state kind of environment, that thing could just you could already go everywhere. But imagine like just load wherever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like I definitely would love to see this more and more, and I think we will from going forward. We're gonna have solid state drives, so I think I'm looking forward to seeing what that would do. So
I don't know. There's like the film option English major part of me that's like, do you lose the sense of travel a little bit when it's just instant like that? Like, do you lose the sense of place?
Do you lose the sense of like, well, what's funny is like you have that same argument for kids these days. It's all instantaneous information. It's all instantaneous whatever. Do they lose the whole like you have to wait for things sometimes? Do you lose that?
Is anybody here gonna miss like those pseudo loading screens in like the Sony games where you have to like climb or like squeeze through like a tight space? Like, is anybody here gonna miss those?
Somebody might. I don't, but
right. No, I'm asking anybody here on this podcast.
No.
Right. Exactly. No,
like not after.
We don't need Mass Effect elevators
the first time.
Fuck those things.
Although, if the dialogue is good in those elevators, who knows? That was fun.
Yeah.
Get some very specific dialogue in there where you're forced to talk.
No, but the thing is, now it becomes a choice with the developer. If they absolutely want to implement that, they still can. It's just and
it becomes a choice with the player too. Like skip. Let me just get right to what I want to do. Like they can do that too. So it's interesting
about like every time it's like, oh, I know this is just a conversation because you have to fucking talk to somebody while the game's loading the next level. Like it's like cool. It's like we intentionally have to create dialogue here because we're hiding.
Gears of War is one of like the most egregious ones where it's like you literally stop running and hit a wall, and then now you have to walk. I don't want to walk.
It is though. It's a little bit though. I still think that pacing is a thing though. Like it's why I like games with hub worlds a lot. Like where you just want to like slow down the action, like take a time to look around and talk to people. I don't know. Maybe like obviously like now some of that was hiding loading screens, and I didn't even think about it then. But we'll see. We'll see if like just the sort of language of games changes.
That you're saying though, like the fast travel kind of opens up once you've explored things, and once you've explored things, then you've already gotten through that whole traversal part. So like with Tsushima, it's like you're not fast traveling all over the place until you've explored the different locations already.
Yeah, like if you could obviously just like zoom around anywhere on the map, yeah, absolutely, that'd be stupid, and it wouldn't be any sense of accomplishment or reward because it's just like cool, like I'm just like here or something like that. But like making you have to explore that area, unlock the waypoint or whatever like that, that's all fine. It's just don't
quality of life things that you want to have. It's like I don't want to spend my whole time going somewhere and then having to spend my entire time going back to where I just was because
So like I'll give a good example. This is just like a funny like side topic, but like I got a PlayStation 3 specifically for Metal Gear Solid 4, and we will never see Metal Gear Solid 4 ported to another system ever because it was specifically designed for the PS3 architecture. We will never, ever, ever see it on another platform because it was that finely detailed to that hardware, which is unfortunate because as much as I dislike that game,
I love that game. Yes,
it had some good parts. But
yes,
the thing is, Jim, do you remember how when you beat a chapter, it'd be like installing the next chapter?
Yeah, it'd be a long. Yes, yeah.
It'd be like installing the next chapter. I'd be like, I guess I'm gonna go get dinner now or something. I don't know. Because I don't know how long this is gonna fucking take. Just set my controller down, make sure I plug it in.
I went to the kitchen and made myself a hot pocket. I remember that. I would go out and get some food.
Was that what that ladder was in MGS3? That long ladder that lasted forever with the music and the stamina? Was that a secret loading screen?
They always hide them behind stuff like that. That could be. That sounds
it could have been, but Kojima did a similar thing in Metal Gear Solid 4, where old Snake is going through this corridor that is I want to say it's either electrocuting him or it's burning him the whole time, and he starts running, and then he eventually slows down to a walk, and then it's then he gets on his hands and knees and is going like that, and at some point you're just kind of inching forward completely, and the whole time you have to mash the O button when it gets to that point. I don't know if you remember that, Jim, but Kojima's the reason you have to mash the O button is I wanted the player to be able to feel the physical strain to some degree that Snake is feeling in this moment, because it's if he can't get through this hallway, he can't save the world or something like that. I'm all right, whatever. Some things Kojima does is it's genius, and then other things okay, dude, whatever, I got you. But
I do look forward to being able to move quickly in open worlds without it breaking, because that happens.
That's going to be nice. That's going to be nice.
That happened a lot in Witcher. That happened in God of War, I think. Spider-Man also it did too, I think.
Yeah.
And in Red Dead, I think, when you're just zooming around somewhere too quick for the game, it's hold on, wait. So that'll be nice for sure to not have to worry about that.
Yeah. All right. More discussion on next gen. PSVR apparently is for PS4 backwards compatibility only. There's nothing planned for PS5 at this moment.
Ooh, VR.
I'm not shocked by that, but it sent ripples through the VR community, if there is one.
There's definitely a VR community. I just think that Oculus and the Vive or whatever are much more.
Yeah,
they're all
refreshed.
They're all rich people with PSVR, very open living rooms.
PSVR needs a refresh, anyways. So
well, I mean, I don't necessarily think it's all rich people. I have a coworker, two coworkers who have VR.
A bit of an exaggeration. But
I'm just saying, I just think it's just not for us.
I mean, I enjoyed my time with VR. I went to a friend's house who was a little more into it and played stuff, but and it's definitely to the point where it's an experience for sure. But I couldn't see myself doing it all the time like I play regular games.
No, and again, that's the thing is I enjoyed the John Wick game, or was it John Wick that we played at New York Comic Con? That was
good. It was John Wick. Yeah, that was fun.
Even that experience with the Man in the High Castle, that was kind of interesting.
Again, these are experiences, though.
That was an experience. Yes.
But the game wise, I played Beat Saber, and that was good.
That's mostly what I played.
Yeah, and Astrobot, that seemed good too. But there's nothing that makes me go again, holy cow! This changes the way games are played. This is.
It's supposedly Half-Life Alyx was supposed to.
And I'll say reservations for that, but the thing is I just can't see it. Maybe it's one of those things you have to experience, but for me, the investment and the technology just seems too immature. The developers still need time to specifically develop games, because again, you have to develop games in an entirely new way. It's not just cool, you just apply this 3D filter, you just toggle buttons enable 3D and stuff like that, because I'm sure some people do that and it's just lazy, kind of with how we saw that with movies. It's but you could see it in 3D for an extra $2. It's but it's post-production or whatever like that. Yeah. It's bullshit. So will they get there eventually? Probably, sure, but not right now. And I'm not interested in spending $500 to $600 to $700 to be a guinea pig. I'm not criticizing people who are, but it's just, me personally, I just can't see it.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for me, I think, right now is it doesn't feel natural, right? So it's it's a completely new controller scheme, and I don't think the developers have it down yet. They haven't figured that out or solved it yet. Where like mouse and keyboard for people, like it's very intuitive for certain games. If I'm going from controller to mouse and keyboard, it's so alien. And then now going from controller to like VR, like wand stuff, it's like that is even more way out there than because when I first played Hades, I was playing on mouse and keyboard. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta go back to controller. Because I was just getting I was not even getting through 2 rooms or anything like that. So I was like, and that's what I think is not really been figured out for me with VR. It's just
that's the thing though, because it's supposed to be more like naturally intuitive, like it's you. So,
and that's the problem because the visuals are all there for you to be in it, but
you can get a couple fingers.
The input methods are not. The input methods just not there yet. You don't have it, so that's where I think it's really fallen down for me.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a little bit of a tangent.
Yeah, it was. BlizzCon 2021 will be free online for everybody, starting in February. Coming out in February.
All industry events are going to be that for a while.
I mean,
the thing that I put this on here
for
was they used to make you pay for that shit to watch that. I remember right?
Well,
they got virtual tickets,
goodies and stuff.
So
it's basically, I think that's really what.
I guarantee you they're still going to do it though. It's just going to be free, and then if you want, you can buy like, oh, this is the official Blizzard pet for WoW and the official skin for Overwatch and stuff. There's no way they're not going to try to make money. It's Blizzard.
No, I know.
Activision
I'm
Blizzard.
Sure.
And fuck.
Well, there may just be a lot of ads. In between. Yeah.
So, whatever.
What's the guy's name? Like that left Metzer? Is that
they started the company. Yeah.
They started a board game company.
Yes, they did. The original creators of Warcraft, I believe, right? Started their own board game company, which is awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, and you guys know I'm really into board games, so
yeah.
Really happy to hear about that. So,
we gotta cover this one. Pokemon Go. We gotta.
That was just a flash in the pan, right, Jim? That wasn't it's a fluke or what am I thinking of?
Just a trend.
Listen, I like to be.
Fad. That's the word I was looking for.
I like the fact that when I'm right, I can tout it to the high heavens, and when I'm wrong, I like to admit when I'm wrong. And
there's an aspect of it
wrong,
that was right, though. I mean, it got mainstream attention for a summer, and that did end, but the money did not.
But the money is insane on this thing.
Yeah.
$1 billion in 2020.
Yeah, and the thing is, the reason I put this wasn't necessarily to gloat, Jim. It was the fact that Pokemon Go did $1 billion with 2 months left in the year. $1 billion, and just to math it out, like, okay, sure, it's we're just talking about just straight revenue, not gross revenue to Nintendo, because obviously they only get a certain percentage because it's divided up with the Apple and Google stores and Niantic and the Pokemon Company, which Nintendo owns in a way and stuff like that, but. $1 billion was like if you just compared it in terms of gross, it was like the last 3 or 4 mainline games combined or something like that. So just like in 1 year, and it's like the one thing is like I said, like the groundwork for it, the investment was like, okay, yeah, like we're gonna have to spend some money to make money, but now it involves minimal work. They're still adding to the game, and it's the best year ever. It's been increasing every year ever since it launched. So it's great because it fills a niche that the audience likes, and there are people who just like Pokemon Go.
Like a match made in heaven type of thing, where it's like the COVID hits, people can't go out shopping, but they can go out hiking and walking. Like the whole idea is to get outside now and to like explore the world as we used to know it. And people are doing that now, and like way more people are going out and doing things that may not have been what they would have done before.
And only encounter augmented reality life forms.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is that they even enabled like specific things where like, hey, you don't need to be at like, they increased the distance between you and like a stop, so it's not like you had to like worry about other people. They enabled like better online matchmaking for people that, because historically like a raid you had to be like in close proximity to a location, stuff like that.
Yeah, so
but they now just online and stuff like that. So they really
social distance raids.
Right, exactly, and stuff like that. So it just crazy to think about. And then fucking $1 billion. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, it's insane.
Meanwhile, AMC's like loses $1 billion this
That's
year.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot to mention that on the movie.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Oh, that was the news I skipped. Yeah. Oh, that's unbelievable.
Like 900 million, but still. Yeah.
900 million, yeah. So, all right. Let's see. Speaking of losing money, Marvel's Avengers permanently cut some cosmetic prices. Clearly, financially, they're not doing fantastic, is what I heard. So they are enticing people to try to buy more things. Not that they're not doing fantastic. Let me rephrase that. I think that their in-game purchasing is not doing as well as they expected, so they cut the price of a lot of their items.
Oh, absolutely not, because
no one's playing it anymore.
Nobody's playing it, right? You need people to play the game.
Because the game did well. We already talked about that last MPD.
Well, at first.
Yeah, but the fall off has been so drastic, so they're cutting the prices. The problem with cosmetic prices is like there's no fucking cosmetics because nothing shows in the game. That's what we said.
I mean, there are. I mean, there's skins that you can buy.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as what you earn in the game as far as gear goes, which is a big issue, I think. But there is in-game stuff I think you can earn too, but it's all all at once as a skin later on. So I don't know. I'm glad that I didn't get sucked into this because I really, really wanted to give this game a chance, but it just looks like a disaster. Although, did you guys hear that Anthem is making some rumblings again? Anthem
no,
2.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they're trying.
It's back. It's back.
Trying to make it fun. They were trying to make it fun again, but they don't know where the fun went.
The last time the official Twitter for Anthem, because I actually checked it, was a while ago. So it's just like I'm not saying it.
I heard something recently that they talked about something.
There was a post or something, but it's
like within the last few days, I think actually.
Let's see, Anthem Twitter.
I don't know if
talk about this up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like at this point.
But yeah, no, that
matter.
Anthem's been gone for like at least what? Like
could they?
A year and
Do you think they could
now?
could they relaunch it on the next gens? Possibly like with this 2.0
Anthem Reborn.
Yeah.
All right. The last time that the Anthem official Twitter account actually made a tweet was August 4th.
Can we do that? Yeah, August 4th.
So 3 months. Hello, freelancers. Today we're re-enabling the Grab It Challenge and anniversary of the Cataclysm event in Anthem. Best of luck in completing the challenge. 309 comments, 330 tweets or retweets, and 2,300 likes. Those are not good metrics at all.
No. How many of those real?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so I don't know. Avengers. I mean, whenever Spider-Man comes, I guess it'll get a boost. But other than that, like, I don't know.
For PlayStation 5 or 4.
Yeah, PlayStation, whatever.
I think the game's already going to be $30 on Black Friday weekend. I think from the Best Buy app.
Yeah. But again, like that's not where they're looking to make their money on that initial purchase. Although that first week was great for them, though. But I don't know. It's just annoying now. I want them to. Everyone who worked on this to combine with everyone who worked on the Ultimate Alliance 3 and make something Ultimate Alliance 3. But like, I don't know. Never mind. It's not going to happen. But it's just, I wish, like, I used to love Marvel games a lot, and now there's just nothing.
And it's funny because they like took Marvel stuff away from people because they wanted to have higher quality games.
Yeah.
So far, Sony's been the only one that's made like a really great Sony like Marvel game. Really.
Yeah, and I'm glad I'm gonna get to play Miles Morales on my PS4. Even with ugly Peter Parker. Well, not maybe ugly, but wrong Peter Parker. I think. It is weird. It is like almost recasting a actor within the same movie. It's like if like Mark Hamill got replaced in like the 97 edition.
Yeah.
It's like wait, what?
Yeah. So, all right. I think that is it. That's going to wrap up this Gamecast episode. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us allyoucangeek@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe, that like button. We appreciate it. See you guys next week.